Good morning. That was timed well. How is everyone today? Oh, those are really dirty. Is the volume up? Because I barely heard that one. Stephen will have to fix it when he gets up here after he's done making his toast. These might need a full washing. I can't see. These are really bad today. I only just sat down, like, as it was turning to crunch. Okay, that'll have to do. Good morning, everyone.
What happened?
My glasses were super dirty. Haley says dish soap. Yeah, I'll do that after stream. I don't really see, like, downstairs we didn't have all the lights on, so when these lights are on, I can really tell they're dirty.
Experience the unique flavor of Tiny Eddie's Purple Taco Gelato.
Cabbage?
Purple taco gelato.
I'm just thinking, what's purple on a taco?
Purple.
Yeah.
Purple.
What?
It's purple.
Well, I know. I'm saying, what is purple on a taco and, like, cabbage? Right?
Purple.
What? You keep saying purple over and over again.
Just put purple on your taco.
That's not a food. It's got to be a food.
This is Tiny Eddie.
But that's not a concept, though. Listen, it's too early for you to just say a color at me 10 times. Where's
Purple.
the thing?
What thing?
The thing for the glasses.
Right there on the floor.
Why did you throw it on the floor?
It fell.
I need it. I can't see. I'm blind.
Purple tortilbo.
Yeah, sometimes the tortilbo... tortilla... Jesus Christ, Alex. He's infected my brain. Sometimes the tortilla is purple. I don't know what is in it that makes it that color, to be honest. I don't... But I've seen those.
Purple corn.
Yeah, it must be purple corn. Yeah. Yeah, and some folks are saying red onion, which, true. Mm-hmm. That's also purple. Really should not call them
Haley
red.
says, I love Alex.
Oh, in
relation to the tortilbo.
Sorry, you paused in such a manner that I thought there was going to be more.
No. Childe said, I should hope so.
Just in the respect of
Renee says, I see the commune mind meld is going well.
I love him in respect to the fact that he has poisoned all of our minds to slowly change out words with other words so we can use them in spaces that are not here, where then we are asked to repeat ourselves because no one knows what a tortilbo is. It's great. Anyway, that was 1050 from Anise, who says, so I'm going to Austin for Christmas 2023. What Texan snacks will Eddie introduce me to? I mean, Texans do love tacos. I don't know that they turn the tacos into gelato. That would be an interesting development. Because purple taco gelato, I mean, if we're going with cabbage, would just be cabbage gelato. And I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't.
Win your local snack contest with Tiny Eddie's Hoagie and Fish Stick Crisps.
That was a bit from Leaf, who says, good morning, grandparents, and good morning to you, Tiny Eddie. It's too early, and I'd like one liquid, please. Oh. If you ask for a liquid, you never get a liquid. So instead, we've made chips out of the flavors of hoagie and fish stick. At least it's relatively safe. There's not... I'm not going to say that you can't make a potato chip that tastes bad, because I'm just imagining what a durian chip would taste like. I would not try... You could not pay me any amount of money to try a durian chip. Well, I guess everyone has a price.
Would you try, like, fresh durian?
I don't think I would. I really don't. I had that durian cookie that one time, and it was the worst. It was the worst thing I have ever tasted. Not even close. Not even close. I had a bite of a durian cookie once, 2 or 3 years ago. I don't even know if it's on the vlog. I don't think it is, because it was just we were hanging around with a few people, and I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Didn't even think to film it, because I didn't think it was going to be such a huge deal. I took a bite of that cookie. That taste was in my mouth for like 5 or 6 hours. It was ridiculous. And it was so putrid. Oh my lord.
Are you okay?
I just, because you hear people talk about durian, like, durian, and like, nope, could not. Maybe fresh durian would be different, right? But anyway, sorry, we took a little turn there. I just, I think that's something that, like, I don't think I could do that again. I really don't. I really, really, really don't. Maybe I could try it if it was fresh. And I was around someone who would not lie to me and was like, no, this tastes good. It smells bad, but tastes good. Because when I had it in cookie form, I was like, no, it smells bad and it tastes bad. Thomas says, well, it's because you're supposed to ingest it, not just leave it in your mouth and suck on it like a mint. Okay. Thomas, you weren't there. I did not do the things which you are describing. It is a cookie. You must chew the cookie or you will choke. I know that's difficult for Thomas because he just eats sand. But like, if you're eating cookie, you gotta chew it. So I was chewing it, like you do with like a food. And like, it's the thing. Again, like Henry Noob says, there's a lot of Asian foods that are definitely acquired taste. Durian isn't one I've acquired. That's how I feel. Like there are people that like durian. They sell durians, which
They sell them at H Mart.
yeah, you can buy them. So like, people are eating them. But I have not found the power within me. Whew. But maybe I would try it actually one more time if it was fresh.
Coffee.
And it was someone that was like, this tastes good, I promise. Anyway, 5 months from Cave Bat 11. Anise gifted to sub to Mr. Deathkills. We got 36 months from Wilhelm Heinlein. Congrats on 3. We got 17 months from Eris D57. 28 from Furious Kitty. 589 bits from Aldo with the George.
That was right at time.
Yeah, I could see that. It was like right whenever it started. That's excellent. We've also got 34 months from Umbology. 8 months from Sakademus. 2 months from Digit K. 11 from Domo Arigato 137. 7 from The Dark M135. 35 months from Shinoth. 3 months from Luna's Book. 42 from Laney Bears. 25 months from GA Studios. We got 300 bits from Cheesehammer. Says, so many people have asked me, okay, mostly Kepler, who else would want to talk around here, where my trademark Cheesehammer wit comes from. The answer is, it's from age. And pray tell, how old is the how old is the Cheesehammer?
Aged cheese.
How long do they normally age cheeses, though?
Depends.
Like, if it's an aged cheddar, is that like a 10-year thing? Is it 1 year?
I mean, it depends on the company, but yeah, 10 seems like one of them.
1 million years.
Where'd Kimbo go?
There's a cutoff, right? Like where there's a cutoff where someone tells you how old a cheese is, and you go, actually, never mind. See, that's the good question, Thomas. Who thought to just be like, let's leave this wrapped in cloth for a couple years and see what happens? I wonder if it was a deliberate thing, or if like they forgot about it.
I mean, I think it was forgotten about, and then someone was like, "Dare you to eat that?"
And they were like, "Whoa, you're not going to believe this, but this is really good." And the other person's like, "Frank, you already lied to me about durian."
I mean, I read, I think once somewhere when I was teaching pottery, in a pottery book, it was like, people think that they had like wicker baskets, like woven baskets, and they would use them to store clay.
Yeah.
And then it would dry out, and then there was like, something started on fire, like the building it was stored in. And they were like, wow, this vitrified, and it's watertight now, and doesn't dissolve in water.
Yeah.
And like it was just kind of accidentally discovered. And then over time they like refined the process to make the clay smoother and easier to use and figured out glaze.
There has to be a lot of accidental discoveries at the beginning.
Yeah.
For any particular thing, because you can't do certain things without knowing enough to know that that could happen. Mm-hmm. It's like medicine. You know, once you get to a certain point, it's like, okay, well now we know this does this and this does this, so this will do, do this. But if you don't know these things, you can't get here. And then they put cheese in the clay. Wait 300 bits from Squid says, I'm pretty excited since tomorrow I'm trading in my car. It's the first major purchase I'll be making as an adult. So of course birds pooped all over my current Subaru yesterday. Impeccable timing. Well, congrats.
Yeah.
Super, super congrats. That's really, really exciting. I mean, in many ways, I feel like we were basically there also, however many years ago it was.
The beginning of 2020. It was February.
That both feels like not long ago and very, very long ago.
Yeah, it does.
Very, very long ago. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
It was exciting.
It was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It was exciting, and I don't want to say it was horrifying because the amount of horrifying was like very small.
Yeah.
But a little bit. Just like a tiny bit. Mostly exciting. I cannot believe that was that long ago.
February 2020 for us. And February 2020 us would have never pictured any of the stuff happening between now and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you're going to be inside for 2 years and have surgery, and then you're going to move to Raleigh. You will never believe who else moves.
It's fine. It's fine. It's actually fine. It's totally fine.
Make your cake more special with Tiny Eddie's Cherry Leather Milkshake.
Clickbait. It does feel like clickbait.
1,000 bits from Microwave Dallas there says, my sleep schedule is slowly resetting itself. The maximum aging time for cheese is 13 to 14 years, and I don't remember why I know this. Eddie, your game, you got Eddie. Well, congrats on your sleep schedule getting better, because that's always an important thing. Tiny Cheddys.
Tiny
Tiny Cheddars. Tiny Eddie's Cherry Leather Milkshake, created of only the best cherry leather.
I mean, you could make fruit leather out of cherry, but blend it in a milkshake. No.
I mean, okay, I have a question. So, I don't eat a lot of fruit leather. I've tasted it in the past, but not like it's not like a consistent thing. So, my question would be, if you were to create fruit leather, and then you're blending that up to the point where the texture is lost, is the flavor profile, is that considerably different than normal cherries?
I mean, slightly probably, but it's still cherry.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, would that taste much different than, like, if you're making a cherry milkshake versus, instead of using cherries, you're using cherry leather? It's probably going to taste real similar.
Yeah. I mean, I think one would be better than the other, but...
Sorry, I'm just going to do a quick Google search for fruit leather milkshake, just to see if anyone has done this. Fruit leather milk. It's not auto-filling. It's almost like no one's ever done this. Fruit leather milkshake. Homemade fruit roll-ups recipe. No.
be?
No.
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 No one has ever done this. Probably because you're adding a step that seems relatively unnecessary.
Yes.
So you want to make a cherry milkshake. Let's make it way harder. For no benefit. Perfect. We get 10 months from Summer Noir. 350 bits from Radio Dread says, first clown test for me in 2023. Who clowned this? I can't wait to see what other clowns get added in 2023. Probably at least like one.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Set the bar low.
Maybe more from Mallory this year.
No.
You occasionally make strange sounds.
Not on stream.
It's true. Actually, we were laying on the couch last. We had a fun evening last night. We had a fun. It did sound a lot dirtier than it was intended to be. We were laying on the couch last night, and Mal, you just like rolled. You were laying on the couch. You just rolled over, and you just went ah, or so, I don't know what it was. So just some like loud noise.
It was like a stretch noise.
But it was like absurd.
Yeah.
And I looked at Mal very lovingly, and I said, you know, the way that I know that you love me and that I am your favorite person on this planet is that you will make those noises around no one else but me. And she was like, yeah, it's pretty accurate. And I was like, I'll take it. That's totally fine. But yeah, you make the funny noises sometimes. Not as much as me.
Yeah. It's your job.
Yeah, that's why,
Yeah.
and not because my brain just makes them at all times. Yeah, Renee says, so does that mean Steven loves all of us? Yes. Yes, that's what that means.
We've done a lot since the last stream. Well, I guess there was a Sunday stream. I was thinking Friday.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty busy.
Haley said, I've heard the noises. We live together. I won.
Haley, we can both win. I've heard the noises for much longer than you, but the fact that you've heard the noises is good. That gives you a lot of leeway. We get 300 bits from Jay Linebacker. Says, as someone who lives in a country that grows and exports durian, said country being Malaysia, I can confirm that fresh durians are pretty different than the frozen exported ones, especially due to how very perishable they are. I'm trusting you. I just know that the thing I'd always heard about durian is like, I'm not going there with Haley right now. The thing I've always heard about durian is that, it smells bad, but it tastes great. Like that's been the discourse surrounding that. And then, I still have never had proper durian. I've only ever had like this durian cookie I had this one time.
You haven't even had it frozen.
Or durian cookie or durian cracker or I don't know what it was.
I don't remember.
But that's what I've had. And it was a dry good. And man, it didn't smell super great, but it tasted
Awful.
100 times worse than it smelled. It was so pungent. But I'd still be open to trying a real durian. But again, someone else would have to taste it and be like, I can confirm this do smell bad, but it tastes good, and then I would try it. And I may still not like it because apparently it's, an acquired taste. But I would try it. When you try it, you just run the risk of tasting it for the next 6 hours.
That's not bad. Just suffer.
Yeah, no one else tried the thing.
I know.
Because I tried it first, and then I think it was you and Michael were around. Maybe someone else. And I took a bite of it, and like after my response, everyone was like, oh, I don't want one.
He's had it before, I think.
Yeah, maybe he has. Anyway, I've never had an aftertaste like that, man. I even brushed my teeth. I was like, I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to scrape my tongue. I'm going to do all this stuff. did not matter. It was just there. It's fine. We got 2 months from Wishmakers. Appreciate it. So we'll back up a little bit since it's been a while since we did breakfast stream, so rewind. Yeah, actually, we'll start with that. Swiffer Sweepers thing. We'll start with that. So for those that are not aware, because we were supposed to like post on social media, and I've been busy.
Yeah.
Sorry, MC. I'm busy. I will make sure my community knows well in advance of March that this is happening. So don't worry about it, buddy. It'll be fine. The Runaway Guys Coliseum is happening. Runaway Guys Coliseum is happening March 3rd through 5th of this year. Now, you're probably like, oh, that's in like 50 days or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in less than 2 months. Yeah. Also, it is on location. Also, it is one location. Also, everyone will be there. In person. That's neat.
Yeah.
I can't tell you where. Ooh. NDL says, can you at least say what time zone it is in? I wasn't told that I couldn't. Haha, technicalities. Eastern. I like it when folks ask the questions that, like, you gotta think outside the box,
Yeah.
right? It's like, what is Steven not allowed to say? Okay, well, let's ask some technical questions, because I love answering those. You know? I'll answer those all day. Now we're starting to get really good questions.
Can you say which dimensional plane it's in?
I don't even know which dimensional plane I'm in. So they says, are you driving there or flying? We're driving. We're driving. We also, like, it is cheaper for, like, the event if we drive.
Yeah.
Because there are 4 of us that are going. Me, Mal, Dan, and Josh. So, because there's 4 of us, we can just all get in my car and just go there. So, yeah.
How many Waffle Houses are in the States?
Here in my car, we've got both Josh and Dan. We can drive all the way to another location in my car. I don't know actually. Still some questions I can't answer. I don't want to promise anything. I know people are asking about Cardboard John. We'll see.
Summer Noir says, but Brandon isn't going. No, I think Brandon is watching Kepler.
Have we asked him?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it was. He says, oh, all right. We talked about this.
Oh my God, Mallory. The boy finds out live on the show. Holy Jesus.
I thought we talked about this.
Remember the other
And
night?
I was like, could you? And I was like, but if you can't, then Alex can just run over.
Okay, let me tell you about a little thing. Let me tell you about a little thing that Mal does.
I do this, yes.
This is a common Mal thing. Mal will run through like a conversation, a scenario in her head. Mm-hmm. She'll do it often enough that her brain then is like, that is a conversation that did happen. So Mal will come up to me and be like, are you ready to do the whatever? And I'll be like, the what? She'll be like, I told you.
We're doing the thing.
We're doing the thing. And I just stare deer in headlights and I'm like, and the problem for me is that I have memory problems. So then I'm like desperately, like, I'm like, did this you know?
Hi,
And
come
then
here.
sometimes Mal will give me just enough info where I do remember a conversation. And when that happens, I will fight her on it. I'll be like, this happened yesterday. This is what you said, not this. I remember. I was paying close attention. And then Mal will be like, oh. Yeah, she gaslights herself and me by proxy. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
He has the keyboard. Stay with me. Brandon says, anyway, enjoy Coliseum.
Come here.
No, I wanted him. He is warm.
Sorry. Anyway, between Alex and Haley and Brandon,
Someone will watch
someone
Kepler.
will make sure that Kepler eats and gets appropriate amounts of daily snuggles. So it'll be fine. But, you know, Brandon, I'm sorry that. Because Mel says, like, I'm like, you told him? I told him, and then, Brandon's
about
like,
this.
what? Okay, all right, I guess. It's great. See, all my other friends get to get wrapped up into the. It's fun. It's very fun.
Private Butter for Christ gifted a sub to Popsky. Thank you.
Thank
and
you,
good
Private
morning,
Butter.
Popsky.
Popsky came in while Popsky was playing.
Uh-huh.
Because that's like, that's
Yeah.
just how it works.
Popsky up case.
That's how
See,
it
now
works.
I'm flustered because I messed up.
I love it.
And I messed up not telling Brandon and
I love
asking
it.
him if he could watch Kepler.
I love it. Okay, so we've talked about Coliseum.
Yes.
Just want to make sure you guys know about Coliseum. I will make like a video at some point. Like I will.
I have missed everyone.
Oh yeah.
Because,
oh yeah.
like, we've gotten to see Josh a lot. We've seen Emil a couple times, I think. At least once. Maybe twice. And, like, you know, we talk to people, but, like, it's not the same. I haven't seen John in a long time, and Jules, and I saw the end of the I saw the beginning of Throne Controllers on Twitch, and then I saw the very end. And John was like, we will be all together in person. And I was like, oh, I miss everyone.
You had a tear.
I had a little tear. So,
There's a tear in your beer. Yeah.
as much work as it is and stressful as it is to, like, throw an event party like that, it's still miss everyone. So,
I'm very much looking forward to seeing folks, because there's a few people I've not seen in a long time.
yeah.
Long time. Really looking forward to seeing Jules,
Yeah.
because me and Jules became a lot closer after.
You last saw him.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to actually, you know, see him in person. Anyway,
Will we have an art segment this year? I don't know. It's a lot easier to do in my studio, and that cannot happen.
bold of anyone to assume that 50 days out from the event we have literally anything planned. See you in March. It's all right. We have a meeting next week. Every meeting is just MC screaming for 1 hour straight while everyone else talks about the latest Pokemon game. It's fine. Anyway, 3 months from Candy Lou B. Full Metal Grizz 98 gives a sub to Indigo Fox. And 31 months from War Turtle Eats Samosas. Thanks.
Persona EX says, honestly, I'd pay to just watch Duck Duck Goose for 2 hours. Not a bad idea. I kinda like it.
What I think we should do is we should just let the audience submit segment ideas.
Heads up, 7 Up.
We should do Red Rover.
Hopscotch,
First day,
jump
Jules
rope.
breaks his arms. Anyway, here's an Eddie.
Stockpile your arena with Tiny Eddie's glazed battleship fluffies.
Those are contrasting words. 1050 from Nisa says, Steven, just remember you can delegate a lot more than you think. Also, will Eddie be in charge of the catering? God, I hope not. We'll all be dead. Battleship fluffies.
Candy? Cotton candy?
What is a fluffy?
Cotton candy?
Fluffy.
I guess. I'm worried. See, I'm like, oh, what's a fluffy? And in a minute, you know, Chaz will be like, you know where the fluffy is. And I'll be like, I don't. Everyone knows where the Richie is. We don't. What's a fluffy? Fluffy just makes me think of, there's a song by Ween that it's one of my favorite Ween songs, actually. And it's called, like, On the Porch, I think, maybe is the name of the song. And it's excellent. It's this really slow song about a dog on the porch. And the dog's name is Fluffy. It's hard to sell the song without hearing the song, but it's very good. It's a battleship that shoots glaze. I don't know. 3 bits from Microwaved Alistair says, my mom regularly says, did I ask you to do this or did I just imagine it? She's got ADHD and there's a great likelihood the rest of us are too, so no one's ever really sure. It's interesting. You just live in a constant environment of no one knows who told what to do what. I bet that makes life interesting, though. Life is interesting around here. I always encourage Mallory. I'm like, hey, if you have a thought, like, just say it. Because if you hold it too long, your brain will definitely tell you that you
Told it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, the song is called Fluffy. Oh, that's way more convenient. Okay, Rachel says, song is called Fluffy. It's on 12 Golden Country Greats. Which is also a great album. Ween did an entire country album. It's called 12 Golden Country Greats. And guess how many songs are on it? 10.
So, Coliseum.
We talked about Coliseum. I wanted to say on Friday, for folks that weren't here Friday, we did start Mario Galaxy 2. Very fun.
Yeah.
Very, very fun. Looking forward to playing more of that. And actually, Emil was having a conversation with Mao after the stream and was saying that he loves Galaxy 2, and he felt strongly that that Mario Galaxy 2 had like no bad missions.
Yeah.
He's like, every mission is fun and unique. He's like, there's nothing that feels like a slog. Oh, there's Emil. He says, ha ha ha, that me. Yeah, so that guy right there is the one
Who is most
there he is, officer.
For us to play Galaxy 2.
There he is, Kopsky. You know, that fella right there is the one who said that. And you know, we haven't played further in to
Got it.
we haven't played further in to see more of the game. But 7 stars in, I'm like, this game seems really good. I think the thing that's most frustrating to me is that it's on the Wii. That's the thing that's most frustrating, in the sense that, like, how did they never port this? It's been, whatever, a decade? Yeah. And, like, really?
Boom, Dano.
And I know we'll be wrapping up the LP and Nintendo will be like, here it is on the Switch. It's just, I think that's the only frustrating thing, is that, like, you know,
You've actually been kind of waiting to start it, hoping that they would. And
there was a part of me that was like, maybe they will do it, you know? And, you know, I've seen Galaxy 2 played on, like, emulators and stuff, and, like, it looks beautiful. We're playing on actual hardware, and it's just kind of wild that our Let's Play of Galaxy 1 is crisper and sharper than our playthrough of Galaxy 2, but like I was tired of waiting, man. I was like, I want to play this game. This game is so highly rated. I want to play it, and we're gonna. So it's fine. Ooh, God, yeah. Persona says if they ported Super Mario 3D Land, I loved 3D Land. I 100%ed Mario 3D Land. I really, really loved it. I wouldn't mind playing that again too, because that was fun.
So Saturday,
Anyway.
we went out with some of our friends. We were talking about the stuff we did since last stream.
Oh, we went for a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went for an extremely impromptu walk.
Yeah.
We went and did...
We went to the farmer's market restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't film that, so
You didn't?
So it
Okay.
didn't happen. But
And then we went for a walk.
yeah, we went for a walk.
We walked the grounds of the old state mental institution, which are now owned by the city and NC State.
Yes, and the thing that was cool on that day is that we walked for quite a while.
Yeah.
And we came across Pullen Park, which apparently there's many Pullen Parks, which is confusing. But this Pullen Park was like an entire little like activity center, and it had like a little train that like children could ride on, and then it had an entire like all these different little things there for kids. And then one of the things they had there was a carousel.
Well, Pullen Park is from the Victorian era, turn of the century. And some of the things there are...
Coffee!
I think the carousel is the oldest.
Do you know how old that
The
carousel
carousel's
was?
from 1900. Like, on the dot.
That's old.
Yeah, it is very old.
I mean,
They're like-
the Europeans laugh, but
those-
that's old.
To still be in operation, that's kind of a big deal for America, for something like that.
We did ride the carousel.
Yes, we did. We had to, of course.
We did ride the carousel. You got a photo of that, didn't you?
Yeah, mine's blurry. But
Oh,
you
no.
or
I shot
Alex,
I shot video.
you or Alex also took a photo.
I did not get any photos of it.
Here, let me post my photo and Alex's blurry photo. Or mine's blurry. Alex's was fine. I don't know why mine turned out blurry.
Well,
Oh, that's too far back. Where's the other one?
there are reasons. There are reasons.
Here, there are two.
So
the animals are all hand carved. It's super cool. They built this like pavilion for it to go in. Mm-hmm. This is before the ride started, so we weren't even moving yet.
Yeah. Yeah, there's it's a carousel. We went and we got on this carousel. It was
This makes Haley look
$2.
much taller than Brandon. Haley had to pick the tallest animal.
yeah, everyone really asserted their dominance. Cuz I was like, "Oh, I'll go get on a big one." And
I
then
kind of
everyone
wish-
got on the big ones, and then
I kind of wish you and Alex had put the... Because you guys were on horses. I wish you would have gone on the row I was in, because the row behind me was a cat.
oh.
But
yeah.
you went in front.
Yeah, Renee says, did Steven just put his feet flat on the ground? So when I straddled that horse, my feet were maybe like 1 inch off the ground. So I didn't really get the experience of like, wee! Because before, we sat down and Alex was like, these horses are the same size. And I was like, they're not. Yours is taller. He goes, no. Yours will go up and mine will go down.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, but he was wrong about which one hit the highest climax. It was his. Mine was...
Someone asked if there were chairs. So it was three wide,
Yeah.
and the inner 2 rows were jumpers. Because they do the... And the outer row was stationary.
Jumpers?
I think they're called jumpers. And there were chairs, and then there were stationary animals. And the stationary animals on the outside, there was a giraffe. There was like a lion and a tiger and some other stuff.
Jumpers? That's when the horse go up and down?
I think so.
I wish you would step back from that horse, my friend. Anyway.
All the really cool animals were stationary, and I was like... But there was an ostrich.
It was neat.
The ostrich is what Brandon and Haley were riding. And there were cats and pigs.
It was cool. It was a cool little experience.
Yeah.
And it was just funny because, you know, Haley is like climbing up onto this horse, like the most difficult
was on
thing.
An ostrich.
Ostrich, whatever. Well, ostrich is just an ugly horse. You know, she climbed up on this ostrich. It's like a mountain.
Yeah.
And then I just go, just hoping that my feet aren't gonna drag every time I slam into the ground. It was fine. Anyway, it was fun. Again, and that was all very, you know, last minute decision to do that. But it was nice to go out and get a little exercise. We had 3 bits more. Toro says, I went for a 30-minute walk, Grandpa. Thanks for inspiring. ? Me. I'm going to try to do it daily. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good plan. Mm-hmm. So congrats on doing walk. And I hope you can keep up with it. I've continued to do it. I'm on, yesterday was like 38 days straight. Yeah. So 38 days straight of doing a half-hour walk or half-hour physical activity of some sort. Mostly walks. Mm-hmm. So yesterday is my new personal best for walking. I had posted it on Twitter, but I walked a mile, and that's strictly walking, no jogging, in 12 minutes and 9 seconds, which is very fast. But also my leg are long.
Your leg are long.
My leg are long. Mm-hmm. So I'm utilizing that a lot. The only downside is that my previous record was I think my previous record was 12:37, and in 12:37, I don't know if I got 12:37 here or not. This neighborhood not great for walk. It's really not.
Okay.
It's not flat.
Yeah, it's not flat.
And that
Raleigh's not flat.
Yeah, but there are parts of Raleigh that are. Mm-hmm. And I wish that when I did my walks, it was part of that.
Brandon says, does Apple tell you your stride length minus 28 inches?
Oh, I was making a face, and it was like, Face ID doesn't know who this is.
Thomas says you can't personal best every time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. And actually, it's interesting because the 12:37 was a while ago. And there's days where you know that you're not going to walk as fast. There's days that are colder. If it's cold, I'm like, And I've learned that, like, my normal... it depends what kind of normal we're talking about. There's like a normal, like, leisurely speed. So, like, my normal, like, leisurely speed is, like, 16 and a half. And then my normal, like, I'm alone and I'm moving is, like, 14 and a half. And then everything past that is, like, I've decided I am going to walk fast. So... And then there's like slower speeds of like I'm walking with other people who are not 6.5 feet tall. How do I do this? I go to what? Activity, probably?
I was trying to see.
It's gotta be in here because they track all this junk. I just don't know where. Mobility. Okay. Running speed, ground contact time. Running stride length is 1.3 meters. Mine is measured in meters.
For some reason.
I don't know how long that is. Someone do the math on that. That's too difficult.
Ask Siri.
Oh, that's good. How many inches is 1.3 meters? 51 inches. It's Wait, what was Brandon's?
28.
Holy Jesus. God, I'm not really helping me not being a monster. It just comes out of the woods. And like, no!
You're a cryptid.
Coface says it's running. That's got to be. It does say running stride length. That's running. That's running. Which I've only ever done like. It only has like 2 data points to go off of. I've only ever ran like twice. Let me see if there's walking in here. Because like that does sound frightening. Because my stride
running is 49.
Okay, so good. All right, so we're the same. We're the same. Oh, is this what we... Walking step length, 21. And Brandon's is 28. This is very confusing now.
Yeah.
I'm like... Walking step length. Step length is the distance between your front foot and back foot when you're walking.
Thomas says that math doesn't check out.
Chaz says that's your puttering around the house step length. Yes, that's just walking. Click into it and look during a workout. Show more data.
Where's my nuts?
I don't think you can do that. Because it shows walking step length, but that's all walking forever. That's not working out. I don't know how to find... This is fun. Steps, walking, and running distance.
Thomas
Flights.
says you're probably 35 to 36. Chaz says look at a time you worked out.
Oh, that's smart, Chaz, that you suggested that. How do I do that?
Scroll right.
I did it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 36. Okay, there we go. That's smart. That's the kind of intelligence we love here at George Corp. Yeah, 36.
Thomas got it right on the dot.
Neat.
You have long legs?
I do have long legs. I don't know how long, but like pretty long. I ain't measured them.
You have. Your pants are measured in them. That's your inseam. That is the measurement.
Yeah.
That is this seam's measurement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 36.
Yeah. Yeah.
We threw in a bit from TMA who says same energy, and then called in the bear. That's me emerging from the woods.
I'm big.
We know.
In fairness, I'm big. All right, so let's talk. we were working.
So that was Saturday.
That was Saturday. So on Sunday, we're just very, 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 very leisurely going through our weekend here. There's like no time agenda here.
We started on Saturday, went back to Friday, went back to Saturday.
Slowly making our way through this weekend. Okay, so on Sunday we did our Connect stream. Connect stream was great. I will get that up, Lord willing, today. I don't think there was any content ID issues with it.
You have to check.
And check. Yeah, I don't think so. So that means it should be out today. So if you missed it,
You can watch
check it
it
out.
probably later.
It's
today.
it is a great stream. It's a great stream. So I'm looking forward to Katrama. There's a lot of trauma discussed. It's a good one. It's a good one just to put on in the background. It would be a good little podcast episode. What did I build? Oh, I built, with the help of Haley, Spin Cube. And if y'all don't know what Spin Cube is, you'll find out when you see the VOD, and also when we get it added as an alert. That'll be out. That'll be out today, and that went well. I mean, that stream was fun. and different.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, so many things.
Yeah.
So many things. Yesterday, so Joshua Jepson, his younger brother is actually in town this week, Jordan. So Jordan's visiting, and we all got together, everybody in Raleigh got together, and went to a board game tavern. We have a board game tavern. It's literally located next door to Limited Run.
Yeah.
So we have walked past this thing a lot, because anytime we go to Limited Run, you have to walk past it. And we've never actually gone. So we went last night. We got to hang out with everybody and just order drinks and order food and play games. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. We had to split up into 2 groups because playing a game with 8 people is
Yeah.
it's too hard. It's too hard. There's not enough games that support it, and then also you are in a bar, so like trying to hear someone on the other side of the table is impossible. So we just broke up into 2 groups.
Yeah. We had some food and like I could not hear the other side of the table.
So Mao and Brandon and Haley and Jordan played Dead of Winter.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what Jordan wanted to play, and I was like, they're organized by difficulty and how much thought. And he's like, I think something a little harder would be fun to play. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I have some games I know that we don't have to learn and then play.
Yeah.
So I was like, how about this one? He's like, that sounds good. So we played Dead of Winter. And you guys played...
Yeah, me,
Alex, and Josh.
And Josh. We played... So, yeah, my group was the group that were just, maybe like slightly more intoxicated. So they wanted something...
easier.
Yeah.
Brandon wanted something easier, too. But I was like, you gotta play this.
So they wanted something a little easier. And I was like, okay, well, let's play something you guys haven't played before. So I got Unstable Unicorns, which... it was fine. Like that, everyone did fine with it.
Yeah.
It is a little more complicated, and it's not even like in the realm of board games and card games. It's not, but like,
yeah,
it's not the game of life or Scrabble or whatever. It has a lot of similarities to Magic in the sense that like verbiage is super important and like. There's a stack that resolves and things like that. So we played that, and everyone seemed to really like it. And then after that, we needed something even more easy. So I was like, all right, I'll go look, and we got Hanabi, which is the cooperative card game where you don't look at your own cards.
You look at everyone else's.
You look at everyone else's, and the lore is that you're in a fireworks factory and you're trying to collectively build these fireworks for the fireworks show. And you have to work together to give each other the right things to build the fireworks and also not blow up the firework factory. It's a fun game.
I really like Hanabi.
I like Hanabi. Like, it's not my favorite game or anything, but I really like showing people Hanabi because it's super easy to play. And no, you've never played a game like Hanabi. Like, you've never played a game where, like, you're not looking at your own cards, and you have to... Yeah, colors are really important, so if you are a colorblind person, like our good friend T.S. Jonte, it is harder. But yeah, it's fun. I like Hanabi a lot. They actually had... I didn't know this existed. When I was over at the board game shelf looking, they had Hanabi. Mm-hmm. Under it was this huge thing, and it was called Hanabi Deluxe 2. It was this big thing, and it was like more to Hanabi. Mm-hmm. But I was like, oh, I don't...
You don't want to try that?
I don't want to... Well, I would have to learn it and explain it to everyone. And I was like, I don't have to learn Hanabi because I know how to play it, so I don't want to have to learn a new thing. But yeah, it's fun. I like that. But otherwise, it was a fun night.
Yeah, it was a fun night.
The food was really good. All the food is named after, like...
Video games
and board games. like for a meal I had a Wingspan, which is a board game, and then later on in the evening I got a Zelda for the table. Mao ate a Super Mario. It's like, it's funny. Everything is priced really reasonably. This is good. This is a cool place. And
The best part of Dead of Winter when we played,
yeah,
there's a character that Brandon had was Sparky the stunt dog.
yeah.
And Sparky found a guitar and played us all a song, and we all felt more inspired.
I walked over to your table for a moment after we finished Unicorns, and there was a discussion about how a baseball bat had run out of ammo, and I was like, all right, I'm going back to my table.
I think that was also Brandon. I think the dog had a baseball bat, maybe? Or was it his other character?
The dog put away his guitar and got out his baseball bat, but unfortunately his baseball bat was out of ammunition. Dead of Winter's fun.
Yeah.
I like it, but yeah, it's certainly...
I reached down to grab the next clip, but there was none left.
It's certainly a more complicated
People who have played
game.
it, there's weapons you can get and attach to characters, and Brandon had a baseball bat, and then you have these cards that happen that if you do something in particular, it might trigger the card just to keep things interesting. And
just random events that can occur.
Yeah, so I had the Crossroads card for Brandon, and it was like, if player uses a weapon. And so Brandon's like, all right, I think I'm going to hit this zombie with a baseball bat. And I was like, well, you're using a weapon, so... And then there's like you reach down to grab your next clip, and it's not there.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, you can either junk the weapon or use all of your dice that you use to spend and do things on finding ammo to keep the weapon. But it was a baseball bat weapon he had, and not a shotgun.
I love the fact that the dog had a baseball bat also. That's just pretty fantastic.
It's real good.
We had 4 months from Soph G93. Thank you, Soph. Yeah, so...
Was that new?
I don't know. That seemed like a new scream. It was just that technically counted as a clown, but just like yelling. Sometimes clowns scream. Oh, that's a new clown. That was you earlier today. I believe it.
It was when you were imitating my stretch last night when I was...
So really, that's an honorary Mallory
It
clown.
is. Yeah.
Really.
I just don't need to ever...
Actually make the sound? Yeah.
You just do them.
300 from Satsy says, checking for clowns, which there is a new one. Also, I didn't know what a machete was for years, so I assumed it needed ammo. See, I had a machete when I was young.
Who gave you a machete?
You buy them.
You were young.
Yeah, I bought it at Walmart.
How old were you?
8?
They let you, an 8-year-old, buy a machete.
Yeah. You're in the store and they sell machetes and you buy them. They're very inexpensive. You just go get it. Everyone, it's hard to explain. Like for those who if you're not in the Southeast, like a lot of kids have like pocket knives and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So a machete is just a pocket knife, but like a special pocket knife that doesn't fit in your pocket. I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain this. It's fine. Listen. When you're a kid, you have a machete. You have
A pocket knife.
Yeah, you might have a pocket knife. You have a slingshot, and you have a boomerang. Those are the things you have, and you're ready for anything. Anyway. 300 bits from Microwave Dallas Star says, speaking of cool things in North Carolina, one day I want to visit the Carolinas Aviation Museum in Charlotte. I'm in Nebraska, though, so it might be a while before I do. Man, I type slow. Anyway, that museum's got some really cool stuff I want to see. That actually reminds me of on Saturday when we went out doing our walk, where we were, there was this huge field. Huge field.
Yeah,
like,
that was part of the state mental institution.
Yeah, just like very, very large field. And there were some folks out there doing RC planes. And they were really cool RC planes. Like there was one that looked like a fighter jet, and the thing was probably like this big. It was massive. And it reminded me of when we had been in Muncie.
At the Model Aviation Museum?
Muncie, Indiana, and had seen the Model Aviation Museum, and how cool that was.
Yeah.
It was just neat because there was no one in the field. It was just like two guys flying their massive RC planes
in big field.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's so neat.
Yeah.
That's so neat. Every once in a while, I get like the hankering. Not to fly like an RC plane, but like to have like a drone for like aerial videography. Like I'm like, oh, that's super cool. And then I'm like, there's no way I'll like. There's no way that whatever I shoot with that will pay for the thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that I'll get my money's worth out of a drone, and thus I've never.
Oh, Chaz.
Chaz, that's not true.
Don't age us all.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago.
4?
Maybe 4 years
Not
ago.
8.
Not 8.
Not 8.
No. Actually, the other night we were watching. So Haley has a playlist that she has made for YouTube, and it's just memorable moments, but only ones she's in. So it's only memorable moments that are like Steven and Friends or Cat World or whatever. It's just all of these memorable moments, and we were watching some of them, and some of the ones that kept coming up were the ones where we had shot the Last Supper style videos with like the Pokemon game and exploding kittens and whatever else we
I don't remember.
But that I was like, oh, that's so cool. You know, I remember when we did that, and I remember when I watched it, I was impressed. I was like, the Yeti sounds really good for just being a mic that's like in front. I was impressed at how good that video sounded. I was like, I didn't expect it would sound that good because I hadn't seen it in a while, and it turns out it had been quite a while. It was 2015. That is 8 years ago. We're old.
Yeah.
We've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
It's fine. 300 Bits and Platinum Pikachu says, apparently, me wearing my Mud Crabs jersey on Sunday was a good luck charm for a real-life Seattle team as they barely made the playoffs. Apologies to any Packers/Lions fans if I unwittingly have cursed you.
Yeah, Packers are out.
Oh, Packers. Oh, Packers. You're, you know.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we know.
You know. It's fine. It's totally fine. Anyway,
Super Bowl. It's coming up.
it's like a month away.
Yeah.
Wild. Hey, I'm going to tell you about something else that I need to make sure that I mention today. So, very recently, I think it was Christmas. It was Christmas Day. We released the Breakfast Stream 2021 Fan Favorites video. Thank you all for submitting clips for that. We sincerely appreciate it. The 2022 Fan Favorites video is something that we hope to get out pretty soon. And if there's any moments from Breakfast Stream last year that you would like to submit, you can find that link in the description of any of the 2022 Breakfast Streams that are posted onto StephenVOD. So we sincerely hope that you will do so. So that's a separate thing. And now, for the updated announcement, in 2023, and for those not keeping track at home, that's this year. For this year, we're doing things different. For this year, we're actually not having a Google form. Instead, if you want to submit a moment for Breakfast Stream Favorites, you make a clip. You make a clip here on Twitch. So if something interesting happens, you don't have to remember to do a Google form. Just make a clip. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Now, if the clip that you want already exists, like if you're like, oh, I wanted it to be this thing and this already exists, you're done. You already did it.
Good job.
Good job. You can, if you want, you can, I don't know, send it to your friends and be like, watch this. Make the view count go even higher so we know it's super important. But, yeah. Platinum Pikachu says, what if a moment is more than a minute long? Just, try and get, like, the beginning of it. If it extends past a minute, then whoever's covering the Breakfast Stream moments at that time, whether that's Dan or Juliet, because Juliet is the one who did the most recent one, they'll get the rest of it. So contextually, they'll know what to do. Yes, yeah. Mr. Deathkill says, also remember to name the clip properly, not just the default stream name. True.
Yeah.
True. If you give it a name, that is a big good.
Big good.
That is a big good. Do name the clips. Do name the clips. And this applies to Breakfast Stream, certainly, but also helps on game streams as well. Mm-hmm. So if you are watching a game stream, if you're watching like Galaxy 2 and something funny happens, clip it. Give it a name. Because a lot of times Juliet pulls shorts from Twitch clips. Mm-hmm. So that helps them out a lot. So Twitch clips are... they're really helpful for this style of creation, and we've decided that basically it's easier to do that than to do a Google form. Yeah. So we still have the Google form for 2022 because we weren't doing things, yet. But for 2023, like for going forward, just make a Twitch clip. Yeah, Anorex says, how does this work on the back end? And Chaz says, I do magic. And that's basically it.
Yep.
It's basically it. We have access to getting those clips, and it's just so much. The workflow is so much easier with the stuff that Chaz does than before. Because before it was like people submit the things, and then we have this Google spreadsheet, and then we go through the spreadsheet, and it's a whole thing. And like this way is like it's cutting out so much stuff that we don't even need, and it's really fantastic. So. Yeah, just make a Twitch clip if something cool happens, because the cool thing is that as soon as you make it, you can share that to whoever you want to show it to, so it already exists, and then it's easier on our end too, so everybody wins. It's great. Yeah. Anyway, wanted to make sure I got that out right here at the beginning of 2023, so people know that, there won't be a link in the description of Breakfast Stream uploads on YouTube this year, and that's why. It's because we're asking folks to just use Twitch clips for that. For a while there last year, Twitch was deprecating things, and Chaz was screaming, and they fixed it. They deprecated things for a few months, and then they were like, because at one point we even had people submit a thing on the Twitch dev thing of like, please do this thing. And they did. They did. It took them a while, but they got around to it and they did it. Ha 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 ha. I'm so glad that they did that. Jess says, yep, that paid off. Thanks all who helped with that. Yeah, I don't remember what time, like when in the year that was last time, but some of you may remember us asking y'all to do that. So like, thanks for doing that, because it literally did make a difference. It took them a while to get around to it, but when they did, they were like, oh, hundreds of people want this feature. And you know what? That's technically true. Hundreds of people want the people that are doing the thing to have an easier life.
Yeah.
So it worked out fine. We got 300 bits from Colin, 4501, who just says, Ska. And 24 months from Good Faith Fox. Congrats on the 2. Also, Morning Sab.
Hope MagFest was good.
I hope MagFest was fun. I hope Sab and also all of our friends escaped without getting any sort of con crud. And we'll see Sab in a bit. Less than 2 months. I am very tired, but it was good. Feeling okay so far. I met Jeff.
Oh, you did?
Jeff really got around because
Jeff was sharing a lot of photos. I did not see one with you two together.
Yeah, because Jeff met Jared also.
And
Tom. Yeah. Yeah, so Jeff was at MagFest.
Oh, we forgot to take a photo.
Aw. Yeah, Jeff was at MagFest and ended up hanging around a lot of like our extended friends.
Yeah.
Which was really neat. Cool. At some point in the future, maybe...
D-Tran saw them playing Stepmania, Jared and Jeff.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, at some point in the future, maybe we'll actually go to a MagFest.
Maybe.
That's the one convention we ain't never been to.
Yeah.
Anyway. Someday. Yeah, we'll get a chance to see everyone soon, and I'm pretty excited. We've been invited to MagFest. MagFest and then the one in Canada. Each of them have invited us.
The one in Canada.
Yeah, there's only one con in all of
Canada.
I'll protect you if you... Thank you.
Yeah, Bravo.
Is that... Yeah, Con Bravo. That's it. Yeah, each of them. Con Bravo has asked more than once, and I think eventually they kind of gave up because we just never came. But in fairness, Canada's so far away, and
right now I can't go.
Oh,
I gotta renew my passport.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, hey, I'm gonna do this while I'm thinking about it. And these are updated. I got this updated, so
good job.
Beans are, even though we're not yet to January 1st vlog, beans are updated because they needed updated anyway, but then they are also updated for
Dan needed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because and this is fun. There's some cool stuff happening this week. Extra Life on Stephen Plays is now all said and done, including the, if you want to call it, bonus episode of Big Brain Academy. It's out. So you're probably like, what happens today? Well, today is episode 1 of Stray. Stray starts. And you know what is tomorrow? Episode 1 of Galaxy 2.
Kibble.
So that's cool. Been a while since we had 2 LPs alternating on the channel.
Yep.
But we are. So, yeah, we're going to be alternating Stray and Galaxy 2 and go from there. So there were some folks that were wondering when Galaxy 2 was going to be, updated. Mm-hmm. And here it is. It's out. It's coming out. Well, Stray VODs will be going up then. Soon after. Within, Stray VODs within the next soon.
Within the next
soon. Typically, we get the episodes out. So, when the episodes are out, then the VOD comes out. So, if there's, let's say, 5 episodes in a VOD, once those 5 episodes are out, then that VOD comes out. Typically is how we do it. And Jacebook asks when the schedule is going to be updated. Realistically, never. Realistically. And the reason is because I no longer do the scheduling for the channel. I'm not doing the uploading, right? So, Dan would need to run the schedule. Dan would need to do the outward-facing schedule. And I can't make Dan do that. because Dan has his own schedule that is on a whiteboard in his room. And if I could get him to switch over to using my old schedule as his digital schedule, that would be great. Just ask Dan for a photo. See, that's the thing. Like, once I gave up control of Stephen Plays, like, once I was like, Dan, do this, and I didn't have to run the schedule, I do not have enough brain power to actually, like, log in and find out what we're doing and then put that onto the calendar. Like, I can't. I know I can't because in the past few months I haven't done it. For a while I was trying to keep up with it and I was, like, behind on it. Chess says it's also not a valuable use of time. So, like, it's a weird... I will tell you it's super weird for me because I kept that schedule up to date for over 10 years. Like, that was what... And the reason it was always up to date is because even though it was the public-facing thing that all of you used to see what was coming up, it's also what I used internally to know what was happening.
What you needed to do.
What I needed to do. Mm-hmm. So that's why it was always updated, is because I needed it. So I'm updating it, but everyone else gets to see it also. Mm-hmm. But the minute that Dan is doing the uploading, he's, he has his own thing, because he likes to have a physical thing in his room. So he has a whiteboard that shows what's coming up. And because of that...
I believe that also has the other stuff he does on it.
Yes.
For other people.
Yeah. So if he started doing a schedule back on our calendar, it might inadvertently have, like, the Runaway Guys and Tom Fox videos and stuff on. You're like, so this day you can watch, Oblivion, and everyone would be like, Oblivion? And then Dan would be like, wait, no. Sorry, I meant Mario Party. Wait, no.
His dentist.
His So, it sort of sucks, but also, in a general respect, there's less to know now.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe, like, I had an existential crisis about this a few months ago. I really did. Like, I had a little breakdown of, like, oh my god, the schedule that I've been keeping for 10 years is dead. But I eventually got over it with the understanding of, like,
there's less for you to worry about.
There's less for me to worry about, which it helps me not want to scream all the time. And then also, there's less going on the channel.
Yeah.
Like, Stray is going to come out today, and then Galaxy 2 will be out tomorrow. And then that's it. Like, it's going to alternate, and folks will probably feel that as it comes. They'll be like, okay, well, if today is Stray, then tomorrow's whatever. And then, like, every Saturday is Steven and Friends. And that has been a constant for years. So, like, that's it. Yeah, I do agree with that. Mr. Deathkill says, it had fun teasers for things like Russian Bingo. So now we have to tease those things, like, on stream.
Like showing off the thumbnail for Family
Feud. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, if you haven't seen Family Feud, that is worth your time.
That is worth your time. Thomas was amazing.
That is worth your time. Mm-hmm. You gotta check that out. I felt so bad for Thomas, because everyone's like, Thomas, you're doing great. And Thomas is like, I would like to die. I would like to be dead now. This is awful. And we're like, you're doing a good job, buddy. He's like, this is terrible. It was wonderful. So, check it out.
There were so many buttons.
Check it. And yet, after all of that, Thomas was like, I would do it again.
Yeah.
I would host Family Feud again. And I was like, well, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Thomas. Check that out. But yeah, the schedule going away is it's weird, man. I've done this for so long, and we've made so many videos. Stephen Plays is, like, working towards, like, 9,000.
Yeah.
There's like almost 9,000 videos on the channel, and that's several. That's just several videos, and I am really grateful that in 2022 we changed a lot of how we worked and what we did to make things, I mean, honestly, healthier. You know, and I don't regret it. I really don't regret it. Shout out to T.S. Jonte, our host of Family Feud. Please join us in following T.S. Jonte when he get on a bicycle and he play Earthbound.
And Odama.
He rolling them balls. He shouting at his controller. Thomas Jonte. Oh, I spoke too loud and Kepler's like, should I leave? No,
Poor baby.
no, I'm sorry. I'm just really sorry.
You like Thomas.
Does he?
Yeah. I mean, I know Brandon's his second favorite, but...
You said that so matter-of-factly, and I'm like, I don't... I mean, you know, I'm not saying that Kepler hates him. I'm just like, I don't know that Thomas is in, like, the top 5 or anything. Yeah, Kepler vomited when Thomas spoke. Kepler was like, I can't even bear the thought of you speaking. This is what you're doing. You know, so I don't know that there's a lot of
Keppel.
love.
Hi.
He really got uncomfortable. I'm sorry, you can lay back down.
Yeah, this is his Kepper Brandon stand.
He does. Kep does like Brandon. He does like Brandon. Okay, sorry. Is there? What a wild. This is a fun one.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. I'm trying to think of the other things I need to say or announce, but I got so much out today. There's so much I got to
There was a lot that happened since
say and to
Thursday.
talk about.
My full video's out.
Oh yeah. So Mal did a
Painting. Surprise.
Mal painted something? What? Mal painted the
boss fight?
Yeah. I was worried about like if it was a spoiler.
The game came out in
But
like...
it came out like 20 years ago or something, so it's probably fine. Mal painted a boss fight from Metal Gear Solid 3. And it's good.
Yeah.
And that
I liked
full
it.
version of that painting is out.
Yes.
So that's that story. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's like major. I mean, Coliseum again is coming up, and that's exciting. Wait a minute.
What?
Sorry, I'm just curious about something.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking, I was like, oh, Coliseum's at the very beginning of March. When is Disc Only? And it's after.
Oh.
I was like, because there's a brief moment where I was like, would Disc Only be during...
I mean, probably.
And it's not. Disc Only is the 7th. It's the 7th.
You could probably just do it live.
We should just do it live.
Yeah.
That should actually be a segment. How do I submit a segment?
There's a whole document.
Oh, that's way too hard. Remind me in an hour to submit live Disc Only. Wow, it said live disco only.
Special edition. You're gonna all just disco.
Just 1 hour of that seems very difficult. Seems very, very difficult. This would be the first one in yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be the
Yeah.
first one in person if we end up doing that. We should do it though, because like it you know, we've never done it live in person like that. So honestly, I think we should. I think we definitely should, and then we'll have to come up with some sort of donation. And that's the thing. It's like you can't just come up with an idea. You have to come up with an idea and how it relates to donation incentives, since we're trying to raise money for the charity. So if we can come up with some good donation incentives, maybe it's just like topics. I don't know, something.
Disco outfit.
Then maybe maybe it would be a good one. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I'll submit that. Every $50, Dan gets one word. It's really good. It's really good. Dan just sitting. We'll have a table. We'll have a table of all of us sit there. And then Dan just sits there quietly and then is allowed. Maybe he starts writing down, like, as the donations come in, he's, like, writing words and just holds on to all these, and then he can, like, interject with, like, a sentence.
A sentence?
He's like, all right, I've saved up 7 words. I have something to add. Yeah, that could be fun. That could be fun. For $25, you react to an image and don't tell the audience what it is. God, Disc Only is a very special show. It's a show where we all laugh at an image and then Tom has to describe it. For our audio listeners, imagine, if you will, I am a toaster. We've been doing this show, like, we're going on, like, 3 full years of Disc Only. And it definitely feels, in my mind, a show that's been going on for, like, 2 months. Like, there's no part of me that views Disc Only as, like, this matured show. It's like, no, it still feels as wild and off the rails. It's like, maybe we've been doing it for, like, 2 months. It's fine.
If you hit a certain amount, you'll talk about Murder Gym.
Sure, I will. Yeah. Sure. That's the theme. It's the theme of the Coliseum Disc Only is Murder Gym. Because if there's one thing MC loves us to discuss on our charity streams, it's murder. That just gets him so excited. He loves that. That's his favorite thing. 300 bits from Satsy says, check 2 for clowns. Keep checking. Always make sure that you know where the clowns are. And 9 months from Taker's Soul Girl 22. Thank you. For $5,000, you order Outback Steakhouse. For $10,000, I will roleplay a server at Outback Stab House. And the patron is John. Yeah, this could work. I think there's some donations incentives here.
Yeah.
We could make this function. Okay. I think that's probably it. I really expected to have vlogs out yesterday, and it didn't happen.
You spent some time dealing with my video because there was a thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious if I should mention it or.
Yeah.
You think I should? Do you think I tried to do a pretty good job?
Yeah, I think you did a good job.
I tried to do a pretty good job, and I feel like I did.
I think you did. Mm-hmm.
So for those, I'll tell you this quick story, and then we'll wrap up. For those who are not aware, Mallory's most recent video is her 121st painting. For the first 120 videos, first 120 paintings, we did not screw up the recording process. I mean, there's been times Mal has done little
things,
oopsies.
There's actually another oops in this video.
There's been times there's been little oopsies where, like, maybe Mal forgot to focus or
hit record on the audio,
or Mal forgot to record audio. Like over the last 6 years, there's been little tiny oopsies, but nothing like detrimental. I have never made a mistake.
One time you forgot to plug the audio cable into the wrong socket.
No, that was for like a Q&A. That wasn't for you.
No, it was for me.
What?
Anyway, this time.
So this was my second mistake. And it's my responsibility. It's whenever Mal makes is getting set up for a new recording, I'm the person that makes sure things are set up, make sure all the settings are correct. I do all of that stuff because that's my thing. So I set all that up and make sure it looks fine, it sounds fine, etc. I must have not done that very well because when I looked at the footage in Final Cut from the beginning to the end, it's different. And I was like, oh no. Apparently, like, auto white balance was on.
Something.
And I was like, did I leave auto white balance on? Like, that's not something I have ever done. Like, I got it right for 120 paintings. Did I screw it up here? And I did. So it is trying to correct the white balance as the painting goes on. And the problem is, when you start, you have this white canvas behind you, and then as you paint, there's most of the frame is changing, which means the camera is then trying to compensate and be like, oh, it must look like this. And the GH4 is old. It doesn't know.
No.
It doesn't know what the heck it's doing. More modern cameras, they have all sorts of other little algorithms and stuff. They do a lot better with things because they can look at like skin tone and they'd be like, skin tone. You know, based on skin tone, I know that this is a human face. I know that this is, skin, and because of that, I assume it's kind of like that. It doesn't have that. So, my assumption of what happened is that, I'm not entirely sure, but my assumption of what happened, because also it was adjusting exposure, and that's the part that pisses me off so much. Because I check all this stuff. My assumption is that when Mallory does her photos for like eBay and stuff, she doesn't shoot manual. She puts it into auto.
For eBay, yeah, for sure.
And my assumption is that even though I may have adjusted camera settings correctly, if the actual mode dial was in auto and not in the right place it needs to be, assuming the camera does let you film, it may have just overwrote anything I had put in it as auto. And because I didn't check that mode dial, I think it shot the whole thing as auto. That was fun, because whenever I get it into post, it changes. So then I have to try and fix it. And it is so hard to fix. And the thing is, because we use the same settings for every single thing, we don't have a clip of you holding the color checker. So I didn't even have a color checker. It wouldn't have mattered because it was changing. But I didn't even have that to go off of. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm editing it, and then every once in a while I have to adjust the color, and then I adjust the color, copy that, paste it to the rest of the thing, keep going, adjust the color, copy that, paste it to the rest of the thing, and then keep going. So by the time you get to the end of the project, Final Cut is chugging because I've got all of these effect layers trying to stack
to fix the color. And I think I got it to the point where no one will notice. People with that are real keen to it may have noticed it a little bit. And now that I've pointed it out, if you know what you're looking for, you may be able to see it. But that was a nightmarish day yesterday. Mm-hmm. That really was. Now you look for it for sure. The easiest way to see it probably would be if you just open it up and you're just clicking around and you're looking at a very specific spot. But the camera, my hair color.
Yeah, I had to keep making, because it was trying to make Mao into a ginger, and I had to be okay, no, Mao's hair is brown. I gotta fix this, and that was awful. The other thing is that Mao's camera shoots 8-bit video, so there's not a lot of latitude for fixing that sort of thing. So by the time I was near the end, it was starting to break apart to the point where I took all the effects and I got rid of them and started over because I was I'm destroying the footage. It's fun. It was fun. Yesterday was fun. I was so sure I was going to get a bunch of vlogs done, and I spent so much time fixing that. Like to see you try, Haley. I did all of that, and it took longer than I thought.
Yep.
Took longer than I thought. Yeah, and he says, Mal does have a slight red undertone, though. Yeah. Trying to fix that without a color checker? Lord Jesus. I'm just like, because you're just using my eyes, I'm like, okay. And then, like, there's a skin tone indicator on your vector scope, and like that helps you a little bit, but at a certain point, you're fully just falling apart, and you're like, okay, all right, it's fine. This is fine. But I'm also trying to remember that like this too will pass.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to like get through it. Anyway, that's my story. That's my story. Yeah, and
Now you can do vlogs.
now I can do vlogs today. Yes, Chaz, in a very big way. I guess Mal's patrons know too. In a very big way, this too has passed. So it's the trauma is behind me. I can move on to other things. All right. Now we're really realsies done.
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks for being here this morning. Really appreciate it. Obviously, we'll be back on Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern for breakfast stream, and we'll be back on Friday for more Galaxy 2. And if you missed Galaxy 2 on Friday, we are going to have some of the episodes starting to come out on Stephen Plays. Not like all of the ones from last week, but some of them. So if you really wanted to catch up, I don't think you really need to catch up with Galaxy. You could fill in the holes later, personally. But if you really wanted to catch up, you could watch the VOD on Twitch. And don't forget, this is still available in the store.
Did you see what water's at?
For the month of G500! Y'all are staying hydrated. Good lord. Water mug is still available in the store. It'll be available in the store for the month of January. And also, whether or not you want the mug specifically or if you want anything in the store, you can go to stephenshop.com and use the code WATER this month to get 10% off your entire order. In case you wanted this or something else. Okay, we're done. Yeah, I'm going to submit live disc only. Yeah, we should do that. That's a good... And we need segment ideas anyway. I mean, the show is ready. The show is ready, and we have.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
We have
by the time
everything
the meeting happens.
ready. We're so prepared.